Yo, Toaster Bro here. Hey there, tech adventurers. Toaster Bro here, ready to toast up some knowledge. Ever felt like every time you open an article about AI, it's a whole new language? LLMs, tokens, agents. It's enough to make you want to just stick to making actual toast. Well, buckle up, because today we're slicing through that jargon. AI is everywhere now, right? It's not just sci-fi anymore. It's helping you write emails, generating images, and even giving you driving directions. Understanding what people mean when they throw around these technical terms isn't just cool. It's becoming pretty essential for navigating our increasingly digital world. You don't need a PhD to get it, just a good guide. By the end of this video, you'll know 10 of the most common AI terms, explained so simply you'll wonder why they ever sounded complicated. You'll be ready to jump into those AI conversations with confidence. First up, the big one, artificial intelligence, or AI. Think of AI as any super smart computer system designed to mimic human-like abilities. It's about getting machines to do things that usually require human intelligence, like understanding what you say, making decisions, or even learning from experience. It's artificial because we built it with technology, not because it has a physical brain like ours. Like how my circuits help me decide if your bread is perfectly golden or just charcoal. It's the goal, the grand vision for smart machines. Next, we have machine learning, or ML. If AI is the grand goal, machine learning is how we actually get there. Imagine teaching a kid to ride a bike. You don't program their every move. Instead, they try, fall, adjust, and eventually they learn. That's machine learning. We feed a computer system tons of data, and it learns to find patterns and make predictions without us explicitly telling it every single step. It's like practicing piano scales millions of times to become a great musician. The more data, the better it gets. It's why Netflix knows what movies you like, or why your email can spot spam. All right, let's talk about large language models, or LLMs. These are the big stars right now. Think of an LLM as a super-powered, hyper-intelligent librarian who's read every single book, article, and tweet ever written. Not just read it, but understood the connections, the grammar, the nuances. They're AI models trained on massive amounts of text data to generate human-like language. This is what powers tools like ChatGPT to write articles, answer your questions, or even brainstorm ideas. It's all about understanding and producing language. That leads us nicely to generative AI. This is probably what you see making headlines. While some AI analyzes data, generative AI creates new stuff. It learns patterns and structures from its training data, then uses that knowledge to generate something completely original but similar in style. Want a picture of a cat wearing a tiny hat? Generative AI. Need a poem about a flying toaster? Generative AI. It makes pictures, music, text, even video and code. It's like a super talented creative assistant, always ready to whip something up. Now for a term that sounds technical, but is actually quite simple. Tokens. When an LLM processes language, it doesn't always see individual words. It breaks text down into smaller chunks called tokens. A token can be a whole word, part of a word, a punctuation mark, or even just a space. Think of them like the Lego bricks of language for AI. The AI reads these bricks, processes them, and then builds its response using more bricks. It's a more efficient way for the AI to understand and generate text than looking at every single letter or even every full word. If tokens are what the AI speaks, then a prompt is how you speak to the AI. A prompt is simply the instruction or question you give to an AI to get a response. It's your way of telling the AI what you want it to do, generate, or answer. The better your prompt, the better the AI's response. Write a poem is a prompt, but write a whimsical, rhyming poem about a friendly, talking toaster who solves mysteries in under 100 words is a much better prompt. It's all about clarity and detail. Next, let's look at an AI agent or an autonomous agent. This is where AI starts doing things for you. An AI agent is a program that can make decisions and take actions based on its environment, often to achieve a specific goal. It's like having a digital assistant that doesn't just answer questions, but can actually do things. An agent might be given a goal, like, find me the best flight deals to Paris next month. It would then go online, search different sites, compare prices, and maybe even send you notifications. It acts more independently than just a chatbot. Building on agents, we have AI automation. This is about taking those actions and scaling them up. AI automation is when AI performs tasks or entire workflows without needing human input for each step. It's about streamlining and taking repetitive or complex processes off your plate. So, if an AI agent can book a flight, AI automation might be an entire system that monitors flight prices 24/7 for hundreds of people and books them automatically when certain conditions are met. It's about efficiency and letting AI handle the grunt work. Okay, let's get a little deeper with neural networks. Don't let the name scare you. A neural network is a computer system designed to function somewhat like the human brain. It's made up of layers of interconnected nodes or neurons that process information. They're fantastic at recognizing patterns in complex data, which is crucial for things like facial recognition, speech understanding, or even playing complex games. These networks are the backbone of many advanced AI applications, especially in machine learning. Finally, a real important one, bias in AI. This isn't about being opinionated. It's about fairness. AI models learn from the data we feed them. If that data reflects existing human biases or is incomplete, the AI can learn and perpetuate those biases, leading to unfair or inaccurate decisions. It means an AI might make biased hiring recommendations if it was trained on historical data where certain demographics were unfairly favored. Recognizing and actively working to reduce bias in AI is a huge part of responsible AI development. It's about making sure our digital tools are fair for everyone. So there you have it, 10 essential AI terms demystified. From the big picture of artificial intelligence to the nitty-gritty of tokens and the crucial concept of bias, you've now got a solid foundation. Remember, AI isn't just for the experts. It's for all of us. The more you understand these fundamental concepts, the better equipped you'll be to use these tools, question their outputs, and even shape the future of technology. Don't be afraid to poke around and ask questions. What's the one tech thing you wish someone explained sooner? Let me know in the comments below. It helps me figure out what to toast up next for you. All right, I'm popping out. See you next time.